Hello, welcome. My name is JesseMcDesign. Today, I'm going to be making my living room into this creepy magical living space. Let's get started. I recently moved into this new house and I've been spending some time getting all my stuff out and about. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of the main things up. Got some sconces in this doorway, and then once I pull you in here, you'll kind of see that I got some of the bigger art up on the walls and everything. TV stands over here, we got the couch and stuff going on over here. But I also have a bunch of little knickknacks and things of that nature to fill out the space a little bit more. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And it's coincidentally spooky season, which is my whole vibe. I keep all this stuff out mostly year round. I like the darker gothic horror vibe of things, and especially in this living room area is gonna be all of that. I just want, you know, this whole room to be kind of that whole vibe. Where you're sitting now is the dining room, which is where we will end up doing more of the projects that I do, building bigger stuff. There's a lot more area, and then, you know, I'll put some leftover stuff into here as well as my bedroom is that door over there. And then, you know, maybe depending on what's left after we get all this stuff situated, we might put some into the bathroom, and my office as well is like a nice little darker area with my computer set up, and like the back wall is all my supplies to create all my projects. So what we're gonna do to start off is, as you can see, over here is my couch area. There's a lot of space on this wall. I put my boar's head, you can see that project back in my videos, up there. Over in this corner we have my little skeleton lamp, but there's still like a bunch of space here. We might move things around, I'm not quite too sure yet. My couch is like a smaller two-seater love seat type thing, because at my old space that's really all I had room for. So even though there's, you know, a lot of space in this corner as well, I might end up buying a chair, or maybe even a bigger couch to put here and put this couch over there, or, you know, I might end up being moved around a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But I was kind of thinking we might put a shelf up on here underneath this guy to be able to put some things up and around there. Might be nice. But I think what we're gonna focus on first is gonna be the shelf that I made previously. You can find that video as well. But we're gonna just start filling out this space, I think, and maybe the TV space as well. Just kind of working on putting some stuff on these shelves, on the TV stand shelves, and just kind of, again, we're gonna start with the bigger stuff and just kind of fill out the space, and then we'll go back and add little knickknacks and trinkets and this and that here and there. I also have a bunch of different just like wall hanger things to fill up the space on the walls as well. So with all that being said, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to be decorating, moving things around, you know, trying to make it look good, natural, kind of messy, but not really. Just that kind of whole spooky old vibe, and see what we can come up with. So I started putting stuff over there, and I immediately decided that I think I'm gonna make this shelf my Harry Potter like potions shelf. I have a lot of potions and stuff from the Wizarding Trunk and little knickknacks and trinkets, and I think it'll look good along with some of this stuff. But some of it I'm gonna take back out and just kind of reorganize this again. It only took me a few minutes before, so it's gonna be a lot of this, just like kind of back and forth, moving things from here to there, maybe reorganizing full shelves just because I don't really like how it's looking so far, but I think this is gonna be a good idea. So we're gonna empty out this box of all my potions and stuff and kind of redo what we just did. Alright, so I'm liking this a lot better. Got our antlers and a little skull on the top, and then I'll go shelf by shelf. I'm really liking how this all came together so far. Normally I would put all this Harry Potter stuff down here on my TV stand, but it would always block access to the DVDs. So I think that this is a better idea, and I'll still be able to put, you know, a few bigger things with a couple little things, but nothing quite as crazy as what we got going on here, and it'll be a lot easier to access my DVDs and everything. So for right now, I think that this is a good point for this, and we're gonna actually move on to this time and start making that look a little nice. And again, I don't want to get too crazy because we have, you know, this whole section here that like I said, I want to put a shelf right about aligned with the windows there, and we can stack stuff up and around the boar's head. And I have a bunch of lanterns. I might hang a couple lanterns from the shelf or whatever. Again, I'm not too sure. We're still trying to figure this all out. All right, we're getting a little bit closer. Again, didn't want to get too crazy with all this. I want to be able to access my DVDs and stuff if I ever watch them or whatever. So I think what we got going on right now is a pretty good start. So what we're gonna do now is, I have a couple wall pieces, a couple more wall pieces I found in these boxes. I think we're gonna put up, I think we're gonna put something right here to fill up this little space a little bit, and then a couple things over on that wall over here by the door. So let's jump to those, see kind of where we're at, and we'll kind of reevaluate what stuff we still have left and figure it out. All right, so there you have it. It came together pretty nice. It took a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I was taking my time and, you know, moving around from room to room, trying to get things organized in here after moving and all that. But we finally got my whole living room space is one cohesive little creepy area. And then, I'm not really gonna show you, but the rest of my spaces are just gonna be like leftover of what doesn't really fit or I don't have space for in here. Again, if I get matching side tables, maybe another chair or something to kind of spread out this area a little bit more, maybe a bigger couch, who knows. I might redo some of this, but you know, for now, I'm pretty happy with it. It'll be another video, but my office area where my computer setup is, and I have also my supplies, my supply shelves for all my crafts and art and everything. That'll be another video, but I did get a little bit of a start on it. But again, I'm not gonna show you that. We'll get to that when we get to that, if we get to that. I have a few ideas running in my mind, but I have to go out and get some things to make that happen. If you enjoy what you saw here, give a thumbs up, it really helps. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe. I'm always over here doing something creative, usually more on the art side, home decor, who knows, furniture. Leave in comments below what I should do next. See you on the next one.